Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon Shitty.
Welcome to Fog Entertainment, brother.
Yes, and we have got a load of characters here from the recent movie. Is it about 3 months ago?
A load of characters. I think we've pretty much fit in every single character we could.
Aye, but well, there is a few unnamed jobbers. But basically, we reviewed this on this channel. You only watched it recently. I reviewed it, and then I made a fit about how Leon was so bad. But here we are. We're going to rank them from GOAT, great, good, bad, awful, whatever.
I don't think we need the first couple of categories.
I know we don't.
I think there may be a duplicate in this tier list.
For who?
But I could be wrong.
No, Richard and Brad looked exactly the same. I thought that until I googled them both.
Wait, so who's this?
Richard.
And who's that?
Brad.
Right.
It could be the other way about, but no, I googled both of them to make sure, and they're both like exactly the fucking same.
Fuck, okay, that's going to be tough. I'm
No,
going to...
people understand when you're talking about it.
No, but Brad Vickers was the guy that was with Chris.
Yeah, and that's one of them. Richard was the guy who got killed pretty early on.
But I don't think Brad's the helicopter chopper in this. I think they switch it about. Or is Brad the chopper?
See, it doesn't help when they switch it about and they look exactly the same, because that doesn't do anything.
Right, the last guy on the list we're going to say is Richard. We're going to say he's the guy that was Chris's teammate.
I think
that died in the mansion.
The wider jawline.
And we're going to say this guy, we're going to say the guy in the blue t-shirt is Brad, who died in the chopper.
Okay.
Now with that said,
we're kicking off with Clara Hadfield. Not the worst, the star power. Or I say star power, but name-worthy, but not good.
Yeah,
I'll let you take the course there. Because I'm going in all in on Leon, so I'll let you have Clara.
I think... No, fuck. I'm going to go awful. I have to stick her in awful.
No, I don't like about this. It's like
she was nothing. She wasn't like the game counterpart.
No, but see in the game, right? Leon is a rookie, but he still knows his way around a gun. In the game, Clara's just Chris's sister.
Yeah, it's the complete fucking opposite.
It's almost like this, and Clara knows more than fucking Chris. Chris is a retard. Yeah, he's a goofball in this.
Yeah, in this.
That's not even getting into Leon.
Yeah, and she breaks into Chris's house, and Chris, and she's supposed to be 19. The actress that plays her is 31. And now, sometimes you can be 31 and look younger, but this actress just doesn't. I mean, I'm not going to say she was the worst, looking person compared to the character, because at least they got the race correct, but, I mean, this was not a good Claire. I mean, Claire in the whole game, she basically risks her life to save the kid, to save Sherry, but in this, she leaves a kid in the house alone with a fucking zombie, and just runs away and jumps on the bike, so... yeah, I mean...
Contradicts herself pretty early on. She's not the worst on this list, but if you're making awful, you're not good. I don't need to explain that.
I just don't see why they could not even have dyed her hair. I mean, I guess her jacket kind of looked a bit reddish, but... I mean...
I don't care about the hair colour, you know what? If it was actually good acting and, actual decent character like it is in the game... and actually played it to the game's character, I don't care about the hair colour, but you know what? Since they were pissed, you've got to add that in. Damn.
But out of the main characters, I mean, she was probably, in terms of look, she was probably closer than most.
Anyone.
So,
maybe Perfect Chris. Next up, worst ever. This is fucking atrocious.
Now,
right?
I would say worst ever, and that's not even because it's an Indian guy playing Lee. At the start, that did bother me. But if he put in a good performance and actually resembled...
This guy... played Beck in Victorious, which was on Nickelodeon. That kind of sums it up.
Now that explains why his character in Resident Evil is an absolute goofball.
Yeah, exactly. No, see the scene in the police station where he's at, what is it, with the gun? He's in the armory and he's getting attacked and he uncuffs the guy and all. Just getting on like a pure goof. And then the scene where he's sitting there and the zombie comes in on fire. Again.
I know when it's got that music crush. And it's like this. It's almost like the zombies walking in with a swagger. It looked like a gay zombie, and it's like, there's just no need for that. Like, I actually kind of enjoyed the soundtrack for this movie, but it wasn't a soundtrack fitting of Resident Evil.
I'll tell you what,
it should not have been.
I'll tell you what. Leon is a rookie in Resident Evil 2, right? The game. But
he's not an imbecile.
That doesn't mean you're a fucking retard. Well,
yeah.
This guy is a retard.
Shot his own partner. Don't remember Leon shooting his own partner. The whole story's changed up. Leon never actually gets to meet anybody apart from Marvin. And the guy who he spoke to...
He meets stars before the fucking outbreak begins?
Yeah, I mean, and this is his first day has already happened, so... Yeah, no, just pretty bad overall.
Yep, and
and it looked nothing like him. I mean, let's be real. Leon's a white male with blonde hair.
not an Indian with a beard.
Yeah, this was fucking...
It looks like Sadiq for Lost.
This was horrendous. And for some reason, they just demasculated Leon's entire character.
Gave it all the colour.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Next up, though, with the wife of William Birkin, Annette Birkin. You know what? She's probably safe by the fact she's barely on screen.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say bad. I don't think there's enough to warrant awful, but there's nothing to warrant above bad.
Yeah, no, I'll just go bad.
Just has to do the generic role of, I'm William Birkin. Wife. Right, next up, we've got, is it Brad or Richard we're going for here?
This is Brad.
Brad.
I mean, he didn't really do much. He was sitting in the chopper playing Snake on a Nokia 3410.
Which I thought was a nice wee throwback.
Yeah, yeah. At least they kind of had a phone that was representing the 1998 or whatever. I'd probably put him above Annette.
And bad.
But in the Resident Evil 2, Annette had a bigger role, and in this movie she's done fuck all really.
No, awful. Next up with Jill Valentine. Is it worst ever? Or is it bottomly awful? I think it's no in between there.
I'm gonna go worst ever. Again, I don't...
Not worse than Leon.
No, not worse than Leon, but Jill in Resident Evil, she's not a rookie, but she is by no means the most experienced member of the team. She would be considered the rookie in STARS in A Alpha Team, 100%. Yet in this, she's made it to be the badass. She's made it to be the person who's best with guns. And I guess it's just, forcing this.
Why don't I have Barry in this? I don't know.
I guess
I don't have Barry in this because it's too much toxic masculinity. You have to have Wesker. And that's why Chris is a retard and Leon's a retard. We gotta make the women look strong.
Because I guess it's just trying to force the whole feminist agenda down your throat. Because in the original game, Jill, she does get saved by Barry a lot. She gets saved by Chris. I think even Wesker saves her. She's the least experienced member of Alpha Star's team, but in this...
Very plucky in the first one.
In this, she is... and obviously, I guess she grows, but in this, she's pretty much... fucking made it to be the best thing going, the unbeatable fucking woman or whatever.
And
so
some of the acting when she finds it about Wesker is just fucking atrocious.
No, I didn't like the actress. The fact that she was black, I mean, it's not a race thing, but I mean, Jill's white. Can we not just have a Caucasian person playing her? Plus, I've also noticed
if Marvin's white, you know what I mean. If Josh Stone is the Resident Evil 5 and he's white, I mean, just fucking stupid.
I've also noticed this actress. She's got photos online where she's got her hair just normal, straight. Why couldn't they at least done that? But they gave her this, the black hairstyle.
Yeah, it's just
the curly. I mean, why didn't they straighten her hair?
Signaling, man.
No, because they didn't. No, I mean, they weren't just content with a black person playing Jill. They wanted you to know that this was a black person. They wanted you to know that Jill had, she'd been turned into a black character. I mean, it wasn't enough just to have someone who's got black skin playing Jill.
Oh.
Again, they had to, go with the haircut as well. They fit it in the Jill sandwich, but
it was cringy.
It's oh, that's Jill's sandwich now. Takes a sandwich off Wesker.
Goofy.
I mean, shooting Wesker in the forehead with a rubber gun. Yeah, because Wesker would have just allowed that in Resident Evil 1. Fucking Wesker was serious. He was the guy you wouldn't fucking mess with.
No, but Star's team, they're just fucking about like a bunch of retards. Like it's fucking a bunch of jocks or something.
Yeah, high school shit. This was bad, man. This was...
Next up, we had Ada Wong appears after credits with Wesker. I'll talk more about the Wesker thing when we get to Wesker really soon, but she's in one scene.
I'd probably put her top at the moment. Everybody, maybe
top to bottom of bad.
Yeah,
good.
Maybe good. Yeah, I mean, at least she's Asian. I guess that's. I don't think it really looked like Ada.
Nothing wrong, actually. You know what?
I don't think it looked like Ada, but I mean, at least she was Asian.
Half Asian or whatever you want to call it. Right, next up with Enrico. You didn't know this was Enrico, but it is Enrico.
No, I thought it was Dooley and somebody else.
Dooley?
Aye.
That was Enrico?
Who's the other guy called then?
Dooley and Enrico.
This is actually Enrico?
Yeah. I googled it. Yeah, his
picture
for
Wikipedia God's is Enrico. Sake.
Yeah.
This can't be Enrico.
Man, we good job, dude. Can't believe it. In the mansion. Good night.
Because, a while ago on Twitch, I fucking backed Enrico to the... There was a debate I know this is totally off topic, but and we'll make a video on this actually, we'll do our own. There was a debate if you combine both Alpha and Bravo team into just one team, and you had to make 6 out of 12, who would you pick? And everybody in this chat room was basically saying they would pick Rebecca over Enrico.
Would you fuck?
And I had to basically just shoot them down and tell them why you wouldn't. And for Enrico to get jobbed out like this, even if you like read a wee bit of history on Enrico's...
No, but like, no, gets me. Oh, but Rebecca's the nurse, yeah. But you try to tell me not most people in stars wouldn't have.
If you don't have basic, I mean, you just wouldn't be there. Like I'm pretty sure Chris, Jill, Wesker can all fucking Barry can patch someone up. Like you know what I mean? Like I mean, it's not hard. Like fucking any retard can do it. We can't. Like, but I'm sure if the situation arised, I mean. You fucking learn, wouldn't you? You learn or die.
That's it.
But anyway, right, I went off topic.
Where's Enrico bought me awful? I wouldn't say he's worst ever, but I mean, it kind of butchers whatever I had left in.
I'd put him in worst ever, like
top of worst ever.
Aye.
Next up, with Albert Wesker, goofball. His heel turns didn't make much sense, and then he didn't have a clue what was going on.
In terms of looks, I didn't mind him. He wasn't a great Wesker, but I can look past it.
No, I think the worst.
But in terms of character, I cannot look past it.
No, I honestly think the worst scene is. I think the worst scene with him is with Eddie at the end. He's supposed to be this big tough guy, and he can't see. He's like, I'm blind. You know what I mean? This is Wesker we're fucking talking about, and he's acting like a complete fucking fairy here.
Well, I mean, I guess that would freak you a wee bit. Like, is that the worst thing you've?
Oh no, there's
no. My thing is, he's got this pager, and it's like, oh, go here, but he doesn't even know what it's about.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he's going
like, I was going to shoot a kid anyway.
He's going into this with, like, fucking literally zero information. Oh, go to this place, play a piano. Like, see, when in wrestling, he's in on it. See in the games, he's fucking behind everything, you know what I mean? He knows what's fucking going on. Sure, it tells you, in Resident Evil 0, you know, it kind of explains his backstory.
No.
See, in this, he doesn't know nothing. It's as if some random person's texting him and like, yeah, go over here.
You know, he's like Barry in this, kind of. Like Barry, he's not.
As if he's been blackmailed.
But he's like an accomplice.
As if Barry was being like kind of held hostage.
Yeah.
His family was.
That's
kind of what it feels like for Chris here. Oh, you need to do this, Wesker. Or Wesker. You need to do this. You don't know why you're doing it, but you gotta go here and hit a couple of piano notes.
I'd say it's worst ever, probably behind Jill. Honestly. Parfaits look like they fucked up everything about Wesker.
I'd put him above Jill, like.
Above Enrico? I mean, they're both captains, even though Enrico's just fucking captain dog shit.
I'd put him above Enrico, like.
Right, so he's in there. Right. Next up with Chris.
In terms of looks, haven't they complaints? People say this looked nothing like Chris. If this looked nothing like Chris, then what did the rest of them look like?
This guy's Tom Cruise. Do you know he's Stephen Amell's brother?
No, yeah, I know that. But know who I thought this guy actually looks a spitting image of?
The guy out Until Dawn?
No, the guy from...
Where's the guy out Until Dawn?
The guy from Resident Evil 1.
Who?
The guy that kind of knows the computer stuff. He goes to shoot himself. And he's like, you're not going to get an easy... You're going to have to work for your meal. And he gets on... In the end, the big licker, like, rips him out the train. Resident Evil 1, the movie.
Yes, I thought you were on about the game. I was like, well, liquors and liquors in it.
No. You don't think so?
Yes, the nerd guy.
Aye.
I can't remember his name.
But he gets right to the end.
What's his name?
I can't remember. But I tell you, that is the best Resident Evil film. And anyone says it's not, it's just, they don't know
what's Chris going, bought my bad?
No, but you don't think that's what it looks like?
I think Chris is going to talk bad.
No, I can't. I mean, no, like you say, he was an idiot in this. I mean, come on.
He's better than Clara, though.
In the movie? You think this was a better... You think they done Chris' character more justice than Claire?
He was behind Claire. But Claire was overbooked, Chris was underbooked. What's worse?
Well, I'm kind of saying, I think...
I don't think Chris is on the level of the ones below him.
No, I think he was just slightly better than that.
He was kind of stale, but it worked. No, it didn't work, but I mean, it worked more than those four did.
I mean, the pacing was all off. Like, you got no zombies for literally an hour, and then Chris is having to take out 20 at one time.
And with the flasher.
And that wasn't like it. In Resident Evil, there was like single zombies. Like, one zombie was supposed to be a big deal. Yeah, he's having to wipe it 20 at a time.
I know. Next up, with the truck driver.
But even at the start, his interaction with Claire, it's like he hasn't seen her in 5 years and he doesn't seem too bored. And he's
like, what are you doing in my house?
He's freaking out over, they hit a body and he's like, oh, I've got to go to work and all this. It's just, don't touch the bike. It it just didn't seem like a Chris Redfield to me.
So he hadn't seen her since she was 14.
He just bails it to work. I mean,
very weird. Very weird. Next up, though, we've got the truck driver. Does what he has to do. Does what it says on the tin, but not that good.
I didn't mind him. I mean, I'd say he was alright. I'd put him in good.
Bottom behind the Eva.
I mean...
Next up, there's not much to say about him. Next up with Lisa Trevor. I thought this was very goofy, the way she was helping.
I don't know why she was a good person in this when she's not in... No, I get you could feel sorry for her in Resident Evil. I get it. You might think, oh, she's had a hard life or whatever. I totally get that. You could sympathise with her. But she's in the game. She is not she's not a good person that helps the humans. So I don't know why she was like that in this.
No, but even the way they did it was fucking goofy. Thank you, Lisa. There's the key.
It was fucking bad for me. Like, well, not bad. I mean, like bad.
I'd say top of worst ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a human, so you probably can give her.
You know what? I think they could have left her at this movie, and it wouldn't have
done anything.
Yep.
Could have done. I mean, you could fucking do that from anyone.
Right.
You could have left half them out, and you could have went, well, at least didn't kill that character. At least Barry. Word Barry would probably put him great, wasn't it? Barry sandwich. Right, next up.
Speaking of great.
You thought this guy was great?
Aye.
Wait, great?
Ben?
Aye.
Aye.
I thought he was good. Like, I was like, great. You want to put him in great. Great. Like, great's like an 8. Like, I wouldn't say he's an 8.
Well, I think up to now, like, he was by far the best character.
Well, it's a shame he's going to get overtook, like, but...
I know he had a few lines, like, but, I mean, I actually thought, I mean, this guy fucking basically bullying Leon. You know, overpowering Leon and ordering Leon to let him out, and it's like, this is supposed to be a nerd, like, a nerd, reporter that has not had any, like, combat, like, there's no physicality to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bloody bossing about Leon, and...
It was weird, wasn't it?
Oh, come on.
Doesn't sit right to me, but next up we have Big Chief.
Well, you not anything else to say about him?
I don't mind him, like, but he's barely in it, but I felt like he played a good chicken shit heel alright, until...
Chicken shit heel? Compared to everyone else who's fucking, like, Brock Lesnar?
I know.
So, wait, he played a chicken shit heel, but Leon was a heroic fucking saviour?
No, but...
Chicken shit heel?
No, but he was supposed to be one.
That
doesn't mean just because he was one doesn't mean everyone else wasn't.
I fucking liked this guy. I thought he was good.
I feel like the next guy, though, was really good. I feel like...
He was good, but if you're comparing him to the character, well, he was nothing like Irons.
Oh, but in a way I preferred this. It was like a lot more comedy.
Yeah. It was funny.
I don't know, like, the movie was shit. I think I gave it like a 2 or a 1. I can't remember. But I think you take him out.
Oh, God, it gets a seal.
Good, top of good, or are we putting him bottom of great?
Put him in great, why not?
Put him bottom of great. Oh, yeah.
No one else is going to go in there same as well.
Yep.
He's going to be lonely. It's a lonely
Next up,
lonely night.
With Annette. No, not Annette Perkins.
Shirley. Shirkin. Shelley.
Shirkin.
Fuck me.
McDonald's
Sherry.
Burger. The McDonald's Burger Gherkin.
Sherry.
My name's Chris Hansen. Right. Where's that sweet spastic going? Kills Wesker. Essentially.
Should be bought my worst ever then, shouldn't it? Like, I mean,
it really should be, shouldn't it?
Well, she doesn't kill Wesker?
Yes, essentially. If he pulled the trigger, it could have maybe got the job done.
Right, okay.
It's just a kid. I don't expect much. Like,
yeah, but probably bad. Probably sticking in bad.
You always said, "Oh, mom, right." That's next up with the diner woman. You say it's not the diner woman, but I'm convinced it is.
This is not the diner woman.
So it's just a zombie then.
This is This is Chris's neighbour.
Right.
Next door neighbour.
Chris points out this is neighbour.
We know it's Chris's neighbour. We just.
But maybe Claire goes past the diner on her way to Chris's house, or do you?
No. She leaves Chris's house and then goes past the diner
on his bike.
On the bike, yes.
Right, so where are we putting this zombie?
But
when I typed in the waitress, that's what came up.
It's not her. Trust me, it's not her.
I'm just.
Well, that might be
where's this person going?
I mean, it was a zombie It's a zombie that was drawing like letters and words on the window. I mean, I didn't like this how the zombies were talking and stuff, and it's just not. It's not Resident Evil, is it?
Somehow it made more sense in the fucking movie.
The sticker and went bad. I mean,
put her bottom of bad. Right, next up with William Birkin.
I've seen this guy before. Don't know what he's been in, but he's got that weird look
he's
of him.
got that look like he's in like Air Force One or something.
He's definitely been in a film before. I mean,
Independence Day has got written all over him or something. He's like high up in the military.
I don't think I minded this guy. I'd probably stick him in Bottom of Good. I thought
He was alright.
I thought William Burton was actually pretty decent.
And then next up we've got Ricky Boy.
Richard,
Dies pretty early in the mansion.
you say pretty early in the mansion, but it's halfway through the fucking movie.
Aye, but he's barely in it, like. He's in the background tying his fucking shoelaces.
The pace of this film's all wrong. I mean, literally, the first half is build up. See the first half of this movie is literally covered in the first 5 minutes.
In my opinion,
Evil.
Claire and Chris should never have interacted in this movie. Like this movie realistically should have started with them on the way to the mansion, and then it shows you like Leon and Claire arriving in Raccoon City. You know what I mean? It should never have been like Claire and Leon are in Raccoon City as they're heading out to the mansion, because that just fucks everything up.
Yeah, the timeline's completely messed up here. But the way it ended, well, I guess we'll talk about that, but it ended as if there's going to be a sequel.
Yeah. Good luck with that shit.
But if there was going to be a sequel, then why the fuck did you rush it?
I don't know.
If it was going to be a sequel, there was no need to combine Resident Evil 1 into 2, because Resident Evil 1 and 2 are not combined. You could have combined it Resident Evil 2 and 3.
You can combine two of them. You can combine them both, but just do it fucking well. This is a mess.
Yeah, no, but it's 2 and 3, not more in the same timeline happening.
Well,
Resident Evil 2 and 3.
Part of 3 is, yeah, but then 3 like skips like a week after Jill gets infected. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the ending yet. We're ranking this guy. He dies early on.
Yeah.
Well, midway through early on.
Richard is Bravo team, but in this movie he's Alpha team. Which I guess is better than Barry, who got no team.
Is it better? I think Barry takes no team. Whose team? No team.
You know what? I'd probably stick him in awful. I don't think he was that bad. I mean, maybe top.
He's doing a mirror selfie. We'll put him fucking last.
Okay. Woo! That's the list. The diner person I'd have probably stuck in good. I don't think the diner person was that bad, to be fair. Probably would have stuck her bottom of good. I mean, that's pretty much it. This movie was fucking horrendous. Like, this was not a good movie. I've seen people say it's the best Resident Evil movie of all time. I mean, you've got to be kidding yourself here, right? Just because there's characters that are named after characters that are in the game, that does not make this the best movie of all time.
No.
Now, I get it. I'm not gonna deny that it wasn't cool. Some of the scenes weren't cool, and like it wasn't a wee nostalgia feeling. So it showed you the station, and like from the front, the station actually legit looked like the station. That was cool, and parts of the mansion looked cool. It looked like Resident Evil 1, but I mean, overall,
I just feel like
this
people
movie
who
sucked.
did the Resident Evil movies like 20 years ago do this, it would have been so much fucking better.
Because see, Resident Evil 1, like, I know people don't like it, but it is a great movie. I don't know why it gets the hate that it gets. I think it's just because it's not what people wanted. People wanted, they wanted Resident Evil movie based on the game. And because they didn't get that, they're just going to say it was shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, people will say this was good because it was partially based on the game.
And that's because they're marks.
But I mean, I would have to say, in the Resident Evil films I've seen, I can't think of a worse one than this.
No. I know why,
it's
though.
certainly
There's
not.
so much potential, but where it's based, and they fucked it up.
The highest I could put this would maybe be 5th. Because I think after Afterlife, those other movies do go to complete shit. Not that they were great up until Afterlife.
No, I get you.
But I think after Afterlife is when they completely... Because Afterlife's kind of... There's parts in Afterlife I really like. I would say there's parts in Afterlife... I'd say there's more I like about Afterlife than I do about the fourth one.
That's the fourth one with Tig.
Aye.
Yeah, I like that one.
I would say there's things I like more in Afterlife than I like in the third one. But people would say the third one's a better movie than the...
I preferred the fourth one.
And then it was kind of cool at the end, and you had the Wesker and scene with the dogs, and they had the fucking CQC shit. I mean, that was pretty cool. And at least the characters actually looked... I mean, I'm comparing everyone...
Brokeback Wentworth Miller.
If you look at... Actually, I think I prefer the Chris in this.
That one?
Yeah.
That's Michael at Prison Break. No,
I know. No, I actually prefer the Chris in this.
Brokeback Chris.
In terms of it, at least in terms of the way he looks. But I think in the other series, all the characters look... Like, the Leon in the other series legit looks like fucking Leon. He looks more like Leon for, like, Resident Evil 6.
And then the
But
guy for the Strains and the other one.
Who's that?
He's Barry, sure.
He does a good Barry, I think.
Yeah.
I think the Claire looks more like Claire. The fucking Jill. The Jill in Resident Evil 2, that is Jill.
I know.
I mean, Jesus Christ, that is Jill. I wasn't a big fan of the Wesker, but at least they gave him the blonde hair and the sunglasses.
Yeah.
And he dressed like Wesker. I mean, at least... I don't know. Overall, guys, it wasn't great.
No, it definitely wasn't great, guys, and yeah, that's our list. I mean, is there any other? I mean, you couldn't really do more tier lists on this. When they do the sequel, we'll review it. But until then,
Peace.
Not much more to say apart from Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City.
Sucks.